Hello everybody and welcome back in the North Bay Memorial Gardens. It's the North Bay Battalion and the Sarnia Sting in their second meeting of the year. North Bay stunning the Sting back in Sarnia the other night, 2-1. Looking for revenge this afternoon. The Sting, as the battalion bring out their alternates once again, but this time the black version. Here comes Nelson inside, sending it to Wakely. Early chance here, and it's stopped in tight by the Sarnia netminder. Here's Jordan backs ahead. He'll send it into the North Bay zone. Around the boards it goes, picked up and sent wide of the net by DiOrio. Around the boards, and it's stolen by Mitch Young on a big hit. He'll shoot it. Good block. And now a penalty going to Sarnia early as Hall touches up. And for those wondering about the London and Kitchener game, that will take place tomorrow night. So stay tuned. Face-off coming. It will be to the left side of the Sting goal here, as North Bay on the first power play of the night. Here's a chance, Arnsby in tight. He's stopped. Good look. Theron now. He's stopped as well. Not out. Another shot. That went wide, and now Howery and the Sting finally get control. They'll send it down the ice on the kill. Picked back up by the battalion in their own end. Sarnia has had a really hard time playing here the last few years. They have had leads, but have blown them and lost in regulation. Arnsby, here's Vailmanis stopped, and the rebound Ozapenko got. Romaine for Howery. And Howery and the Sting gave that away, but they get it back. Here's Howery. Moves in, drops it off. Romaine in front! And a good chance down low for Jaworski, but it doesn't find its way in the net. Howery trying to get it to the point. Howery looks for a lane. He'll go to the net with it. Still holding on. Down low in the corner, Arnsby took that away. Power play done, the Sting kill it off. Here comes Arnsby. Down the left side, Sting on the season are 2-1 now, as here's Reese. The battalion coming to this game a perfect 4 straight. Here's Hall. Brought back out of the zone, picked up now, and here is a break. Arnsby in on goal. He's stopped by Ozapenko. Plays that down, and DiOrio and the Sting turn up ice. Here's Alessandro DiOrio taken down by that collision. Gets the pass back, though. Has a man in front, but it was sticked away. Here now is Vailmanis, the former Sting. He'll bring it down the middle of the ice, and now looking for a shot. He gets it, stopped. The rebound in the paint. Ozapenko plays that down. Young for Jordan Backs. Backs can fly, and he will here. He's behind the D. Jordan Backs. He's stopped by Even Sentis. Huge save early. Here's Wakely. He'll look ahead. Battalion in over the Sarnia line, going to the net. Van Steetzel, he just missed the corner with that. Nelson to Romaine, firing it, save again. Loose in front, it's Young. And the Sting get it out of harm's way. DiOrio sent back into the North Bay zone. Around the boards it goes, it's Challenger. Challenger fed in front, and now tried to bring it to the net, but Steven Sentis has that. Against the post, he covers. Face off to the left side of the North Bay goal. No score. 6:57 remaining here in the first. Raw one back, picked up by the battalion. Nelson in the corner, sent ahead to Van Steetzel. Here's Van Steetzel. Down the left side, has a lane. He'll drop Romani. Stopped. And the rebound popped free, but the Sting couldn't get control. Romani stopped again. The rebound knocked out of midair. He kept that out. In behind the net, looking out front again, it's Nelson. Nelson shooting it right on. That's stopped. Another chance, and Ozapenko plays it down to Kopecky. Sent for Wallace. Not out of the zone. Here's Wakely going to the net. He scores! Wakely gets North Bay on the board first. They've been relentless here in the first and get rewarded first. So Dalen Wakely gets his second of the season, and North Bay on the board. Good start for the battalion. The Sting have been on their heels so far most of this period. And finally, a puck finds its way by Kale Ozapenko. Much better start for him, though, than the last game, giving up 2 on the first 2 shots faced. Here's Ertel going to the net. What a save by Ozapenko! He dived across and kept that out. Challenger will chase it down the ice. No icing against the Sting as they get to it first. Here's Challenger. Looks, fed it in front. Where is it? It's sent wide of the goal. In the corner, picked up by the battalion. Van Volsen try to get that back. Nelson had it. Challenger for Van Volsen. Van Volsen. Man going to the net. It's Challenger again, and he turned that over. Here's Precision. He'll bring it down the right side boards into the Sarnia zone. A shot blocked. We're through 1 here from North Bay. It's the Battalion 1 And the Sarnia Sting, nothing after 20 minutes. Shots a goal in the game are 15-3 North Bay. They lead it 1-0 after 1. The hits are 4-3 Battalion. Faceoffs 4-0 for the Battalion. 0-for-1 on the power play. They lead 1-0 after 1. Welcome into period 2 here tonight. From Memorial Gardens in North Bay, it's the Battalion and the Sting in their second meeting of the year. North Bay took the first one 2-1 from Sarnia. Here's Romani, centers it, taken back by Carson Hall of the Sting. He gave that away, but in the corner, going to get it was Diorio, and he did. Jordan backs up the left side with speed. Backs, looks for numbers, fed it to the front. No one was there but the Battalion, and they'll get it out. Here's Van Steetzel the other way. Van Steetzel looking for a shot. Winding for one. Doesn't take. Now he'll try. Nelson is stopped by Ozapenko. In the blue paint, Young took that away. Diorio, penalty coming and scoring to North Bay. So the Sting will go to the power play, down 1-0 in this one. They'll have their first attempt of the game. North Bay went 0-for-1 on theirs. Here's the face-off. Draw one back, picked up. Hall shoots. Save easily made by DeVincentis. And Hertel will get it off the boards and out. Van Molson back to collect it. Jaworski. Here's Jaworski on the power play. Looking to the net. Jaworski spinning. Not taking the shot. Now he'll try, and it's stopped by the netminder. Played back to the point, and it does come out. They'll reset. Sent back in by the Sting, but that will go for icing. Just about 4.5 gone here in the middle period. Still 1-0 Battalion from North Bay. Here's the face-off to the right side of the Sarnia net. One back by the Battalion, short-handed. That's taken away by the Sting now. Here goes Jaworski. He has gone, going to the net with him. Jaworski shoots. He fired that wide. Van Molson off the boards. It comes back out. 40 seconds left on the Sarnia power play. Carson Hall, he has speed. Drops it in front. Howery, and he just missed that. Has it again. Howery gave that away. Hall back to it. Hall to the front. Howery couldn't get the shot. Theron, penalty going to Sarnia. As the Battalion are about to clear it, the Sting took him down, trying to keep it in. It'll be Jaworski heading off for tripping, and North Bay will go back to the power play. They're 0-for-1. The Sting power play was about to end on that clear, and now they'll go back to the kill themselves. Here's the face-off. One back by the Battalion, but the Sting had control but gave it away. Nelson centers. Van Steetzel in front. What a chance. Big save made by Ozapenko. Here's Young, and the Sting go the other way. Mitch Young, 2-on-1, shoots. He fired that wide. Picked up by Hurt. Hurt goes to the net. Can't get a shot away. Romani picked up here for the Battalion. Gave that away to Huey Hurt. Here's Hall, kept in by the Sting. He turned it over to Romani. Here come the Battalion. Hurt trying to get back. Here's Romani shooting it, deflecting. It goes to the net and just wide. Sent around to Hurt. He will clear it down the ice. And ricochets in behind the North Bay goal. 20 seconds left on their power play here. Here's Romani up the left side, being challenged by Challenger, and Christopoulos having trouble with him. That'll do it for the power play. They're 0-for-2. Sting get in there and take it back. Here's Christopoulos ahead to Romani. He has help in Wakely, going to the goal, centers it. Big save made by Ozapenko, and it bounced away from a clear rebound in front. Here's Challenger. The other way go the Sting, turning it over to Ride, and back in are the Battalion again. Wakely to the net, stopped by Ozapenko, rebound, slides wide. Sting pick it up halfway. It's 1-0 North Bay. Here's Gone. He'll send it back into the North Bay zone. Round the boards. Here's a shot upstairs by Challenger, easily handled by DeVincentis, and a face-off in the North Bay end. So more than halfway, the home side leading 1-0 here from North Bay tonight. Draw one back, picked up by Nelson. Nelson walking up ice. He has help and he has numbers with him. And he'll just bring it back in his own end and feed it up the side for Vailmanis, the former Sting. Vailmanis circling. He'll play it ahead for Theron. Now in the middle of the ice. He'll bring it in over the Sarnia line and chip it in deep. Romain to it first. He'll send that up for Matthew Manza. Manza has one goal on the season. He'll feed it around the boards. It's picked up now by Nelson, and the Sting cannot grab control. Vailmanis still has it, holding on to it for the Battalion here. Time running out in this second period. The Battalion with the 1-0 edge in this hockey game. Here's Arnsby. He'll circle off the forecheck of Howery, and now Nelson gets the pass and he'll just bring it back inside. Sting finally get control again. Let's see if they can do something with it. Manza has Jaworski out of the box. Jaworski shooting that. It's easily stopped. Might even set this. There is no danger whatsoever, as it's right to the chest. 2:53 remaining here in the second. 1-0 Battalion here from North Bay. Easton Wallows to take the face-off for Sarnia. Doesn't win this one. Picked up by Ertel. Sent ahead to Mathurin. He has open Precision. Here's Precision. In over the Sarnia line. Goes to the net with it. Shoots it right on the save made. And the rebound was in the blue paint, but the Sting ice it. Time running out here in the second period. Icing warning, but the Sting get to it first. It's Ben Pickle. Pickle couldn't get to it. In the corner it went. Mathurin has it. Here's Ertel, and here come the Battalion the other way. Ertel to the net. Taken away. Gets it back. It's Nelson. That's blocked. And Edwards for the Sting. The Wallows banks it back, and that'll end the second. Battalion 1, the Sarnia Sting 0 after 2 here from North Bay tonight. Shots are goal in the hockey game, 20-7 North Bay. They lead 1-0 after 2. The hits are 11-4 Battalion. Faceoffs 8-2. 0 for 2 on the power play. Sarnia 0 for 1. We head to the third. 1-0 Battalion. Welcome into period 3 here tonight. The Sting haven't won in North Bay in 4 years coming into tonight. They'll look to forge a comeback as they're going to go to the power play. A tripping right off the face-off to start the third. Here's DiOrio in front. He fired that wide. Jordan Bax sent back to the front of the net, but it's touched up by the Battalion, and the Sting will go to their second power play of the hockey game. Anthony Romani heads off for tripping. So Sarnia a chance to tie it here with the man advantage. 0 for 1 on the night. Here's the face-off. Taking one back, Sting. Scrum it off the draw, but it's picked up by Ertel, and he'll get it the rest of the way down for North Bay. Hurt, back to collect for the Sting. Sent ahead, he finds Young. Here's Mitch Young. With speed, turns, looks, has a man ahead. It's Howery, and his shot in tight, easily stopped by Even Sentis. Kept in by Gahn. Here's Gahn, trying to get it to the net. Ertel will do just that. It's not out, though. Young keeps it in. Sting, turn it over. Here comes Pazzi. Down the left side, shorthanded. In on goal, he's stopped in the rebound. In behind the net. Sting will have to chase it back. Hurt will chase it down, but it's North Bay back to it in their own end. And they'll do the rest getting it out. Here's Pazzi. He'll send it down, and Sarnia hasn't been able to get set up at all on this power play. And now here's shorthanded. Here's a chance. Ertel fans on it. It's sent wide. Power play done. The Sting 0 for 2. Here's Jaworski. Penalty going to North Bay again. As here comes Hurt. He's behind the D. Backhanded it wide. Touched up by the Battalion. The Sting will go to their third power play of the game. 0 for 2. So face off here. Left side of the net. DiOrio's line on the ice as the Sting go to the power play. 0 for 2 in the hockey game. As they haven't been able to get anything set up. Here's a pass on the setup. Challenger in front. Jordan backs. DiOrio scores. It was stopped and the rebound popped in the slot. And Alessandro DiOrio gets this game tied up on the power play. 4:28 into the third. Hard work down low. It pays off for the Sarnia Sting as they tie it with the extra man on the ice. Big goal. Even Sentis can't get the pad back across on the rebound attempt. And the Sarnia Sting find the back of the net and tie this game up. So here's the face-off. 1-1 now. DiOrio gets his leading 4th of the year already. Sent in around the boards it goes. Here's Hall. Hall to the net. Fed it in front. Jordan backs, trying to create some problems. Even Sentis plays that down to Christopoulos. Here's Arnsby for Vale Manis. Sent back to Ride. Here he comes in over the Sarnia line. Down the right side. Young took that back. Here's Young. He finds help in Hall. Hall feeds that on his backhand for Hurt. Now ahead for DiOrio. Here's DiOrio again. Shooting save. Bouncer in the paint. It's picked up by the Battalion. Here's Velmanis. Back the other way. Here comes Theron. Hurt trying to get back. Here's Theron. Scores! And North Bay back in front again. 2-1. Theron gets the goal. So 8:38 into the third period. North Bay restores the 1-goal lead. They've looked like the better team all night. Sarnia finally ties it up, and moments later, it's the Battalion who respond to get the lead back. Here it's picked up. Battalion 4-0 on the season for a reason. I mean, look at the way they've been playing and keeping Sarnia to the outside all night long. It's sent back into the Sarnia zone. Picked up by the Battalion. Looking down low. Here's another shot, and a big save made by Ozapenko as Theron looked for another. Challenger ahead. Here's Tyler. Challenger can't give him that room. Challenger backhands it wide. Picked up by Gone. Gone from the corner looking out front. That just missed Tyler Challenger on the feed. Here's Rye. Brought back out by the Battalion. 7.5 to go in the third period. 2-1 North Bay. Here's a chance. And trying to put it away, but a good save by Ozapenko. Down low, Sting try to get it behind the net. Battalion have it again. Big save made. And Romaine and the Sting turn up ice. It's Gone. Here's Gone looking, holding, dropping. Has help. It's Romaine. He just missed the net. Penalty coming to North Bay. Here's Manza. Drops it off to Reese. Reese looks, shoots, save, rebound. That deflects wide. They touch up. And Sarnia going back to the power play. Ryan heads off. 2 minutes for slashing. So Sting 1 for 3 on the power play this afternoon. This will be their 4th of the game, trailing once again. Here's the draw. They don't win this one, and Mathern is there to get it out. It's kept in by Huey Hurt, though, and Hurt has a lane. He'll shoot it, save. Bouncer in the paint. The Sting can't clean it up. Hertel will get that, and it does get out. Hurt. Sting back to it. Young. Up, he finds Jaworski. In over the line, has numbers. It's Howery going to the net, shooting it. And Gone was their penalty going the other way. With 1:09 to go in the Sting power play, Howery took a man down looking for the rebound. And North Bay will get their 3rd power play of the night. It'll be 4-on-4 for 1:09. Face off to the left side of the Sting goal. North Bay winning back in Sarnia the other night 2-1. They have a 2-1 lead late here tonight. Here's Wakely to the goal. Reese did a good job cutting that feed. Here goes Carson Hall. Sting in over the line. Hall to the front. That missed. And Nelson is picked up by the Battalion as they're on the power play here with 1.5 to play in the third period. Or just under 2, sorry. Wakely stopped. Ozapenko interfered with. There was no call. Reese ahead. That finds Hall. Here go the Sting. Time running out for them in this one. Here's Diorio, stopped, rebound, they whack away. It doesn't go. Mathern, as we enter the last minute of play here in the third period, what a chance. But the Sting can't beat even Santos. 30 seconds left. Sent up the board side, it's Diorio. He's back into the rush again. Diorio drops that back to Howery. Pass in front. Quick shot, easily stopped. It's picked up by Romaine. Seconds running down. The Sarnia Sting winning the first 2 games of the year, but they're going to drop the next 2. They're going to be 2-2 now on the season as here comes Van Steetel to the net. He's stopped by Ozapenko. 3 seconds left, but that will pretty much do it from North Bay here tonight as the Battalion win it of a final score 2-1. After opening the season with promise, the Sarnia Sting had scored 7 goals in the first 2 games. In the last 2 games, they've averaged 1 goal a game. Just 2 goals in the last 2 games, and they fall to 2-2 now on the year. North Bay now 5-0 on the season. The final score tonight from North Bay, it's the Battalion 2, the Sarnia Sting 1.